Hello everyone, it's Rob with the Dameron Family Homestead, and today's video is going to be a little different than what you're used to. So we're not going to be chasing chickens around, we're not going to be milking goats. We're actually going to do a bathroom vanity install in a mobile home, and this is a little bit different than your typical bathroom vanity install. I had a hard time finding videos online that showed what I wanted to do. However, my grandpa is a plumber, so I was able to call and talk to him and get some advice before I dove into this project. The reason why these vanity install in this mobile home is a little different than what you're used to is none of the pipes, not the sewer, hot or cold water, none of them come through the back wall. They all come through the crawl space up to the floor, which is going to mean we'll have to do some major modifications. Now, if you're looking at this video, like me, you were searching for something, hoping that you could find a way to reuse that sewer line. This is not that video. I went out to the store and bought brand new sewer line to imitate the one that I'm taking out. However, it was ABS. We're switching to PVC because ABS, if it ever catches on fire, it's very toxic. The fumes are very toxic for your health. So we switched it over to PVC, but I got the same exact types of pipes, connectors, couplings, everything, because I'm not a plumber. I'm just trying to imitate what was already here, but put in a new bathroom vanity in the process. So we're going to jump right into that video, and I hope this helps you out at home if you are in the same situation that we are, trying to replace a bathroom vanity and do a little bathroom remodeling when you have pipes coming through the floor instead of through the back wall. So hope you enjoy it. Here we go. So looking at our vanity here, we have a air vent for the air conditioner and heater that comes through the bottom of the vanity. We have a drain pipe that comes through the floor, and our cold and hot water lines that come through the floor. These are both PEX line. I'm going to leave those as is. I'll just have to make the holes a little bit bigger in the new vanity. So let's say that I had, and I'm sure a lot of you know this, if I had a vanity where the drain lines and the water lines came through the back wall, there's already not a back wall on the back of this vanity, so it would just be as easy as pulling off some of the internal pieces here, pulling the new vanity away from the wall, putting a new one up against it, screwing it in, all that. So we're gonna get started here. With this project, things are gonna be a little bit different because I will have to cut off this drain pipe and completely replace it. All right, so let's get started. Step one, we're gonna wanna shut off our water. And I'm hoping that these water valves work, otherwise I'm in trouble. I'll have to shut off the main line if they don't. Step two, we're gonna open up the faucet to make sure we get any water out of the lines that's still in there. All right, for the next step, you might wanna put a towel down or something just to absorb some of the moisture. We're going to detach the water lines from the faucet. All right, so we have disconnected our water lines. Now we're going to unbolt our pop-up drain. Pop-up drain's now unbolted. The next step would be to unbolt the faucet here and here. Now you can get a special tool to do this. I think it's about 20 bucks for the tool. Or you can try to untighten it by hand. Sometimes you get it by hand. If you can't get it by hand, you don't want to buy the tool, you can do what I did. Just cut a PVC pipe with some notches in it to fit right over top of that and get it done. All right, so after those nuts have been loosened, should be able to just pull that out. The next step, we're going to unscrew this bolt, and then the bolt here for the trap. There will be water down in here, so you have to be careful when we take it off. And it's not going to smell very nice either. Now I've got the trap off. Now to get this drain out, you can either lift and unscrew. You lift just by pushing this pipe upwards and unscrew this, but I find it's easier if you just pull down and twist. And there you can see it loosening inside there. At least to get it started. My pop-up drain stem is getting in the way, hitting the water line here, but to get it started, that's a good way to get it started. Then you can reach down in here and you should be able to finish it off by hand, unscrewing that piece. Alright, so I plan on keeping these pieces down here, so I just use a razor blade and cut them so I can slip them off. Maybe. Alright, so I got those white pieces off. Now I'm going to use a keyhole saw, and I'm going to open up this a lot wider so I can just slip the whole thing over these pipes. Alright, I've got the bottom cut out, and now we're going to unbolt the vanity from the wall. And then if you have any caulking up top, might need to cut along that with a razor blade to loosen it up. See if we can pull this thing away. We got the screws out and cut the top board loose. Should be able to start pulling this away from the wall. Alright, so next step for me is I'm going to use my pipe cutter and cut this pipe off. And then I'm going to get some holes cut in this plywood so I can at least try to resize. I'm going to try to slip this down in here so we don't have such a big gaping hole in the floor. See, mice have been coming up through here, so I'm trying to get that closed off. This is hopefully not a step that you'll have to do, but I just thought I'd share this is what I'm doing because of how big of a hole in the subfloor they cut to put these pipes through. So here it is with the piece of plywood down. This pipe pretty well fit. I made it a little jagged, just because the tool size that I was using I didn't have. 1.5 inch drill bit. I had a 1/2 inch drill bit and just kind of had to work with that. Now these, I could have made this a tighter fit if I would have wanted to cut off the shutoff valves and replace them, but I didn't, so I just made the hole big enough to put the shutoff valve through it with the PEX line. And then I'm going to fill it up with some foam sealant. Alright, just so you guys know what happened, we went ahead and put down new floor where we had this vanity out. So next step, we're going to sit the vanity on here and get an idea of where that pipe comes through, and then cut the hole out in the new vanity for the pipe to come out. Alright, so we just realized this is rather convenient. Our new vanity has a removable bottom, so that does make it a little bit easier to pull it out and get the holes cut in the right spots for our incoming water line and outgoing sewer line. And also had to make a modification down here and cut out a piece of the bottom. Yeah, I didn't do too good. I mean, there's some scratches there and there, but you won't see it too much out here. So there's the vent coming in the bottom. And then I'm just working on getting these holes drilled, which will go down there for the sewer line and the hot and cold water line. In case any of you were wondering, here's how I'm doing that with a small drill bit, punching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes, and then I will take my little keyhole saw and connect them into a circle. Alright, so I went ahead and I got my holes drilled out, and I've got my hot water, cold water line coming through. I did put a coupler on the incoming pipe and cemented it down, because even though I don't want to do the rest of the pipes cemented yet until I dry fit them, this one would be hard to get to the coupler because it would be under that shelf. So I went ahead and did that part. Next, I'm going to take, I do have a little bit of space here between the wall and the vanity because we have a power line coming down in through here, and then also with the way we did the vent up front, with it sticking out here, we do have a little bit of a gap. So I'm going to take a 1x and use that as a spacer in between my wall and my vanity and drill this into the stud. I installed the faucet and the drain onto the vanity top, same way we took it off, so I won't make you watch through that again. The next step here, we are going to put a bead of caulk all along the rim of the vanity, and then place the vanity top on top of that. And then that's going to be it for me tonight. You guys won't notice anything because the video is just going to continue. But it is past midnight, so I'm going to bed and I'll finish this job tomorrow. All right, so I have dry fitted everything for the drainage pipe. Now I'm going to go ahead and cement it in, since we know we've got all the right size fittings. All right, everyone, glue is all in, so now we just have to wait 2 hours for the cement to dry before we can test the water lines to make sure they don't leak. All right, so my 2 hours has passed. So these should be good and dry now. I went ahead and finished the floor while I was waiting, because I hadn't gone up and around the toilet yet. So I've attached my hot and cold water lines, and now we're ready to turn on the water and check and hope we don't have any leaks in the water lines, the faucet, or the sewer pipes. Here we go. All right, guys, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Normally we do homestead videos, but I feel like this kind of falls along. Some of you that are in homesteading with us, you also had to settle for a mobile home. I'm going to say settle. You might appreciate them. I feel like we had to settle for a mobile home in order to get all this land that we have to do the things we wanted to do. So I hope you like and subscribe and follow us on our homestead journey. Until next time.